Okay, you fucking failures, let's get to it. I'm sure that sent many of you down a spiral of self reflection. And on that note of discovery, let us discover what a failure I am, so I can also relate to you pieces of shits. Um, I edited my videos today. Edited it. I, I definitely need to slow down my speech. I also hate my voice even more so than I thought I did, but I can't do anything about that. And I just have to hope people understand me with my accent and all. So yeah, and by edited, I mean I literally added the Chainsaw Man music background, the trailer music. I just found an extended version that goes for an hour, and now it's just gonna be looping that. And I've also noted that my audio is maybe like I think it's good, but it's obviously not super crisp and clear without any what is it, crackling or whatever the fuck they call it. So, and that's the best I can do for now. I'm hoping as time goes on, I'll be able to improve the quality. But I think this is, for what I am doing, I feel as if these are pretty good beginner videos, right? As a beginner YouTuber, I think the quality is pretty fucking decent. Um, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the Chainsaw Man trailer music. Actually, the OST they used in the trailer, in my opinion, is actually better than the official one. I saw some dissent in the comments. I.e., one person was like, "No, the new one, the official one, is better," and I thumbed him down. Of course, every individual on the internet is a him, right? Don't dispute this; it's a fact. Okay, so today I've decided because I realized that yesterday's fuck, can you even see that properly? Yeah, this right. Yesterday's even I forgot what fucking stupid. Like I just gave up at the end. My brain was hurting. But I was thinking about it, and I had trouble with this because I just have trouble rotating these shapes in general. So what I'm going to do is just practice rotating each individual element in as many orientations as possible for today. And I like to think that next time when I revisit this, it will help me actually draw it together as a cohesive whole. Because I didn't like how yesterday, not I didn't like, but I noted that yesterday I wasn't as structured. And obviously, there's a structure to my drawings in general, but okay, Viggy, shut the fuck up and get to drawing. You are losing retention as you speak. The thing is, I have a very strong feeling that since this channel is going to pop off, because there's no channel like this, that people will come back to these old videos, and it won't matter, because I assume the vast majority of the audience 10 years from now will be newcomers, right? Not OGs. That is just my estimate, right? I'd love to see the comments in 2034. I'd be like, oh my god, he called it, he's such a genius. I'd be like, yes. And as always, give me money. By that point, hopefully, I'm just rich and I'm living off that sweet, sweet YouTube money. Okay, it is recording. Okay, let's go. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break everything down as the greats do into a box. Fuck. I want to use a different pen that isn't the red pen, because the red pen I used to. Fuck. I'm like slowly trying to get my pencil case. Oh yeah, my girlfriend made this for me. I have to name drop her every now and then, or else she'll kill me. But what are we thinking, guys? Black or green? I guess we'll do green, right? Otherwise, it'll just be black and black, and there won't really be much of a distinction there. But yes, this is also what I was talking about in the video where the last 20 minutes were cut out. I was fucking fawning over her ability to sew things. It is really impressive. I wish she would continue this, but you know, she's just doing her thing, right? I can't speak ill of her. Or not only, oh fuck the camera shaking. Not only will YouTube demonetize me, she will demonically chop me into multiple pieces and send it as fan mail. So like and subscribe if you'd like to receive some fan mail. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to draw 3 boxes. Okay. And the same orientation. I'm not gonna be too particular about the size, right? These aren't gonna be like fucking incredibly perfect lines or whatever. We'll do one here. This will be like that. We'll do one here. Maybe this is like too intense of an orientation. Okay. And what I'm basically doing is the plan is to break down each individual shape, the top of the head, the side, or like the back, right, that quarter ellipse, and the fucking jaw into 3 segments, and here's where I can practice them. Or maybe I should, okay, you know what, no, I'm gonna do the quarter, I'm gonna do the ellipse here, or not the ellipse, the sphere, right, the top of the head, the sphere, the half sphere here, because that is the easiest one, and I don't want, there's no point dictating all the space for either, like for the sphere here or here, because this way I can fill 2, right? But it doesn't make sense, because I can literally just do 1 here and it's fine. It's the easiest one. It requires the least amount of practice and spatial reasoning abilities, but this is going to be really good practice, I think, because the reason I struggled so much with that angle is because my inability to rotate things as well as I thought. So now that, and Antonio put out a very aptly timed reel or short over the fuck on Instagram yesterday, where he's like, most artists don't grow because they don't identify their weaknesses, right? And it really comes down to identifying their ability to spatially reason in a particular context, right? And where to spatially reason. Like if you can't draw hands, break the hands down into simple shapes, right? If you can't draw, and if you can do that, but you can't make the hand do very complicated, right? Like if you can't make it go like this or this or this or this, whatever the fuck, right? Then continue down that path and continue breaking it down into more simple shapes, but obviously more complicated because now it's 3 boxes, right? That is my understanding of what he was saying. So I would obviously like to apply that, right? As dumb as I am, I would like to actually apply it and see if it makes a difference. But I guess we'll start. Okay, you can see everything, cool. I guess we'll start with the bottom today. So let's just say this is, right, the top half of the head. And what is that? That is just half a sphere. So if we were just to orient it and draw it, I guess how should we draw it? If we could literally just draw it like this. We could do, I guess we can draw it in any angle that seems difficult, right? So we can do this. I really need to work on my lines. I also noticed that when I murmur, I guess the audio doesn't pick up as well. I mean, it's kind of a given, but that. I guess I'm drawing a bit smaller today. That's okay. What's another difficult? I mean, these are all not that difficult, but I'm trying to think, right, in terms of a head shape. Like, let's say the head's going this way, and then what if we have the jaw? What if the jaw is coming? That's what I struggle with. Then it'd literally just be like this, right? If the jaw is jutting out at you, technically it would just be like this, and maybe a little like that. There's a foreshortening. That's all things to think about, right? Yeah, because it'd be like this. Okay, cool. The thing is, I've realized also while editing my videos that, especially yesterday, and I was looking back at yesterday's practice, and I was a bit quieter, and obviously being quiet is important, but I feel as if the more I speak out loud and the more I explain what I'm doing, the better it is for not only those who are slightly behind me in terms of skill level, right? Especially for those people, you know, you fuckers might be my target audience, so I have to cater to your pieces of shit. I mean, I have to cater to your wonderful, very high IQ, of course. Fucking customers always write bullshit, but it is better practice for me as well to really reinforce what I've been talking about, which is obviously teaching myself. Right? Now my line quality is getting a bit better. So this is all just the top of the head. That's what we're drawing, right? We got to think, what are some really other really difficult poses? Okay, well there's this, right? Like, oh, fucking Jesus. If we do it top down like this, what would that be like? That'd be like this. Because you have a head, it's like that. Right, so that's the dome. That's the forehead, I guess, something like that. That's where the fucking forehead line is, right there. But yeah, let me go through this. Like, I'm obviously gonna do it, even though I started from the bottom, and now we're here. I'm going to, like, obviously start with the top, the head, and then we'll do the quarter, and then we'll do the jaw. The jaw is going to be the most difficult, and I'm really, even, hopefully I get to do as much of the jaw as I want to do today. But the point being is that I think that is the one shape that I need to find the manipulated shape, whether it's as accurate to what Antonio put out or Loomis put out in their version, or like slightly different. I just need to find one that really, really makes sense to me. And I would say that's the biggest thing. But okay, what are some other? If you're wondering how this is a fucking sphere, it's literally just like this. Right? It's like yeah, that's basically what it's like. And then you have a head that comes down like that. That's the sphere because this is the angle of the box. I mean, you can put in many different angles, but like this can be an angle, right? Yeah, it's so hard to explain spatial reasoning. I have so much respect for those who are able to do it. I hope I'm giving it enough of an explanation, right? Like this curves like this because this is the edge of the box, right? So if you're literally just following the contour of the edges, but obviously curving alongside it. But obvious to me, but to you dumb shits who are just starting, this may be such a what's it called? Epiphany. Yeah. Okay. What are some other? We could do like that. Yeah, it's picking up. Okay. Okay. Cool. Right. What if you have a fucking head that's coming in this, or what if you have a head that's coming in this way? Either way, it is. I guess it's also important to think about which orientation the head's in. So if you have a head like that, this, and then it's like, right? Because now that we have a head that's coming in this way, like this. Yeah, see? And then like this is where the jaw could be. And you got like fucking like that, right? This is also where the, yeah, like that, some shit like that. Fucking, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm fucking getting too ahead of myself. It's already difficult to do this as it is. Okay, and then okay, let's do this. That. You know, it's probably best to also draw the contour, so it makes sense to me. Right, like this. That's the contour. Ignore this. Please just ignore this. This is the thing that I've been noticing that I do sometimes, where I'll get too carried ahead. Right, I'm not anyone to really teach any of you right now. I'm literally learning, so watch me become great. I.e., watch me fucking learn and fail a bunch of times. I need to internalize that for myself. Okay, and then let's see, what's another difficult angle? What's a fucking angle that? Like head like tilted up, right? It's like looking up that way, so that would be like this. Yeah. Yeah. See, like that. Because this is where this right here is where the eye would be. It'd be like coming down like that. Then we probably have like our jaw, the underside, right? Yeah, this is where the jaw would be. Some shit like that. Okay, I mean, I might flip this over at the end just to maybe draw a few more spheres, but I think that has gotten the point across, at least for myself, for now, right? I hope my voice isn't too nasally, by the way, guys. I'm feeling a bit off today. So thank you for understanding. But I actually realized that Chainsaw Man music in the background is so fucking calming. I hope I don't get copyright bombed for it, because it's literally unreleased trailer music. You know, it was only in that one fucking minute and a half trailer or whatever for Chainsaw Man before the first season came out. I would like to think that I won't, because it's unreleased. It's literally unreleased. And yeah, I'd like to think it's okay. I don't know. Hopefully, Mappa doesn't give too much of a shit, or whoever the audio company is, right? The license. Fuck those guys. Everything should be free. Okay, so in the same perspective, let's do the quarter sphere. So it's like this. And I rewatched Antonio's video again, so I think I have a better understanding of what the perspective there should be like. But it is like this. First, it is like that, right? This is how it is. I think we can say that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I think he did draw this shape. And he made it like this, right? Because this is a quarter sphere coming in like that, coming that way. This is half, and this is quarter. This is still half of this, let's say, right? This length is still half of this. Hmm. Then why the fuck? Because then the jaw comes down. Oh, okay, okay. That's why you draw a full thing. Comes like that. So is this the end of the sphere? It isn't, but it's enough. It's what this part is, right? And then this, the jaw comes down like so. Oh, the jaw. It's like 1, 2. But like if this was around here, so it's like 3. That. Ah, I see. Okay. Maybe the jaw's a bit larger. That's just the eye line, so we could just do 1, 2. That. The fuck does the jaw come into play though? Because then it's going up way too much. Then this is too long. These shapes actually do confuse me a little bit. Let me look at like the proportions. Fuck me. I don't want to mess with the bottom of the page. Let's look at this one more time. I don't even know who I'm talking to because there's no way people are going to be watching these videos. Nobody likes somebody learning. People very much like somebody already excelling, right? That's the target audience. So, yeah. So it's like this. Oh, so it's coming up to the end of that. That's what this is saying. So, okay, okay. I think that makes it easier. That. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. That's just the fucking middle, bro. It's like right there. That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck is this then? 2, 3. Let's look at this again. I'm just thinking right now. It feels as if this is gonna be helping a lot. I guess let me explain what I'm thinking of. Right? I did literally just. Can we move all this shit out of the way? God damn it, bro. Oh no! Oh god. My cap, my pen cap. Fuck. I'm on the camera frame. Am I? Oh Jesus. Okay, my mic is still on. That's good. Oh fuck me, bro. I didn't expect to be turning so many pages. Fuck off. Okay. Jesus. So let's see. What's the ratio? What am I missing here? This is flat. You see, because Antonio in his example, he doesn't even fucking add this. Like he uses this as the example, but in his own mannequin, they look like this. This doesn't have that. There isn't a little stop for the fucking chin. It just goes straight at an angle. That's what also confuses the shit out of me. Okay, I'm just gonna have to create my own fucking version, I guess. That makes sense of it all. But what I was thinking is like the jaw is here, right? We're trying to account for the perspective. It's essentially the center line of this box, right? Like it's not perfectly centered, but we're literally just thinking the perspective and where the center line is. Where the center line is where the chin is. So the chin would be roughly around here, right? So it'd be like this, like that roughly, and like that. And I guess actually, yeah, what the fuck, then it'd just be like that. Like that. And then we can have, there you go. Whoa, what the fuck? That makes complete sense. I'm an idiot, never mind. Yeah, look, 1, 2, 3. That makes complete sense. Holy shit. Holy shit, Femo. Okay. Alright, let's just draw this then. This is the back. So what does this look like in different angles? Well, first let's draw an angle that's actually a bit fucky. So let's say we have the back of the head. Right, so it'd be like, right? Yeah, if we have the back of the head just like that. Okay, sure. But then what if we have the head that's like this? Oh, that's one thing I fucked up. It's not like that. It's like this. Oh, God. Well, let me edit that. See, this is the learning process, is the fact that, at least for me, I will tend to forget a lot of things. There you go. So it's like this. Yeah, this is the, there you go. And I'm sure for anybody watching, they'd be like, what the fuck do you do? Especially if there's anybody who actually takes part in Art WOD and they know what I'm doing or what I'm referring to. Right, okay, so with that in mind, the same angle, it's more like this. Right? Because this, when it's faced this way, like when we're in this view, then sure, this makes sense. But if we are in any other position like this, now it's curving over. That's the shape. This is the shape right here. Right? And we are just trying to essentially like make sense of it, you know. This is the quarter view. Like same, okay, like if I were to do this, this is still the back, but it'd be like this. You know what I mean? Something like that. Because it's still curving around. It's still part of an ellipse. No, it's still part of the cylinder, right? So let's try that again. Let's do it here. Literally, if it was like, let's do a different angle. Why don't we just start from the bottom? Be like this. And it'd literally be like this. This is what it's like, essentially. And if that is a bit difficult to understand, this is the top of the head, right? It's going like this. And this is the quarter. This is the quarter that Antonio speaks about, this right here. Yeah, there you go. But you have to remember, this is still finishing around. So this is actually even more incorrect. This is the shape right here. It's literally part of the contour. Actually, do this entire thing wrong, because this is technically curved with this, with the ellipse. So it's like that. Fucking ignore that. Ignore that. Let me do that again. It's literally, this is the shape. I'd like to think it's like this. that. Oh fuck, even though I fucked that up, I hope that makes it clear. Let's fucking do that again. It's like this, right? The back of the thing, the bottom of the thing. This is basically a form intersection, and then the side of the thing. This is what fucking Loomis is trying to say, is the back of the head, basically. Because yeah, that's what makes sense to me. You know, if we're going by the fact that this is, or it's all a sphere, right? If this is the sphere right here, and let's say this is the top, right? This is the top that we've made over here, right? So there you go, that's the top. Then this is the back end that we're supposedly cutting. So this is the exact same thing. It's going like this. It's still cutting across because it's flat, right? It's like that, but it's also going along with the contours, so it's like that. I think that makes sense. I feel as if my I don't know, uncap my pen. But oh, it's only been 26 minutes. Nice. I feel as if maybe my explanation is the best. Let me just try drawing the shape a bunch more times. Hopefully that will make it clear to myself as well as you. So also notice I'm not as rude as I was in the beginning. In my earlier videos, I was such a dickhead. I'm sure that will come back, and that will still happen very occasionally. But now that I'm actually in the learning mode, I don't have time to be a dickhead. You're all lucky. My scathing insults will remain filtered for the time being. But okay, let's see. So if we had it like that, right? This is cut. This I'm just visualizing the head. So this is the top of the head, the sphere cut off. And we'll have something like this, this. I guess this is still accurate. But then we'll have this, that, right? Because it's the sphere. It's it's coming around, and then I guess this is the cutout. This is the sphere. Oh, it'll be like this. Sorry, it'll be like. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? It's just like that. This is the whole sphere. This is the cutout. So this is the contour. Oh, yeah, it's like this. So that's the shape. Yeah, that's the shape. It's like this. This. Coming across here. Fuck. Like that. Come across there. Right. This is cutting across. It's like that. There you go. I think that makes sense. So if, again, I would have, let's just say I had a back view of the head like this. Right? Then this, or like this, not back view. Let's just say this is the side view. So this is my, this is my it's called this. The eye's like here. Right? This is my fucking center line. Let's just say, or let's just say this is my center line. Right? Let's just say it's like that. So this would essentially be like this. Right? That? I think this is wrong. I would apologize, but I have nothing to apologize for because I'm also learning. So, yeah. Well, I thought it would be something like this. But I guess the face would be something like here. Right. That's supposed to be the fucking jaw, I guess. I don't fucking know. This is very difficult, in a good way. So, this is the way Antonio explains it. I just don't understand this. Or are we just gonna ignore it? Like, because, okay, what I'm doing is I'm trying to have it follow a contour of the sphere so it's all consistent. But in the example that he showcased, he makes it different. Like, he says this is a cutout, but then he has a follow along. So is it a cutout? Why don't we just literally recreate a cutout what this would look like if it was a sphere? Yeah, it would be like this. Like in this angle, it would be coming along this way, and I'm coming along this way. Okay, and then I'm coming along that way, right? Then I'm still following the ellipse all the way through, or the curve all the way through. But then, okay, let's just say, yeah, like this. It's like that. Right? It's cutting across. Then what? Then it's like this. Yeah. There you go. That's the sphere. But then are we having it go all the way across like this? Is it going to follow the bottom contour as well? Sure, if we have that, that'll be something like this. That is the shape I've arrived at, no? Well, hopefully I can do one more page of this. This is definitely something to think about. Okay, let's keep practicing this angle. The more I practice, I think this. So let's just say again, the fucking sphere is like that. Right. So if we're going by that, it would be something like this. That. There you go. Oh well, if it's actually like that, then it would be something like this instead. Yeah, that would be the shape. It's coming around. There you go. I guess you could do something like this. But that only exists from this angle, obviously. From this angle, it doesn't exist. I think that makes sense. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Okay, because what this literally is here we have the entire sphere, right? So if we have this part cut off for the top of the head, I just have to follow the contour again. This. Here's the quarter that he was talking about. But okay, like let's just say we're cutting across. But then this is still like this. It's going this way, and then this is still going like this. Something like that, right? It's much smaller, obviously. This is, let's just say this is one, let's say this is 2/3 and this is 1/4. Because that's what it seems like to me, right? 1, 2, 3. There you go, that's the top. Yep, okay, let's just say the back of the head, like this part right here, it is 1/4. That this is I think from this point on, I can only understand it the best that I can. And getting too caught up in specifically, oh well, Antonio first showed it fucking like he shows his jaw like this in this example, but then in his actual example he doesn't draw like that at all. It's clear that the man has internalized the proportions and the general shape, and for him it's just an idea. But for me as a beginner, I will have the tendency to latch on to the very specifics, right? Which is why I struggled so much here and like the bottom and the underside and all that stuff, and probably still will continue to. Fucking pen, oh my god, bro, kill me. Fuck my life. Okay, I'm on the camera shot. Okay. Okay, I'm done flipping the page, but I think the point I was trying to make is clear. Okay. Then how would this look if this was the top of the head was something like this, right? If it was like this was the top of the head. How would this look? it was like that. Well, let's say the face was coming down this way. Then this would be, well, I fucking made this too short, but it would actually, because let's just say it's 1/4, it would be something like this. No, wait. That's just from that angle. No, actually that makes sense. Because then it's just going around, right? So it would be something like that from this angle. There you go. Yeah, maybe that seems a bit off. Let's try that again. If the sphere was this way, and let's say we have like the thirds here, let me just try really visualizing it. If it's like this, then I have something like this. I'm finishing the sphere, that's what I'm doing. Something like that. Oh yeah, this would be like this, I guess. There you go. That's the back of the head? Oh, let's try putting in a box. When in doubt, literally put it in a box. So what's a very difficult box angle that we can do? There's like no fucking space. I'm so bad with my spacing. I need to work on that. Fuck it. Let's just, or not even a box. Let's just put in orientation. Let's do this, this, this. All right, let's just make this the orientation. So when it comes to the sphere, let's just say the sphere is like this, right? It's like that. So we can do something like that, that. Yeah, this is the subtle T. Go this way. That. And this. I guess it would be more like that, right? That's the back of the head. Really, the back of the head is just this, it seems. Right? If we're just gonna, okay, if we could just simplify it, because that'd be so much easier. It's just this. We have the last half a bit of the bottom. So if it's just the bottom, then it's literally just this. And then we have this. So it's like this. That. Something like that. That's literally what the shape is. Yeah, I think that's what I need to make the shape. Okay, I see. Fuck, man, I want to practice that more. Okay, fuck it. Whatever their interpretation was, that's nice and all, but might as well just literally make it so it's just the last slice of the sphere, right? So this is the, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. So we have this, right, at the top, and then this is just the last slice. It's just this. And it's just cutting across, stopping there. That's it. Oh my god, that's all it was? Okay, well, holy shit, I'm glad I got it now. I think the only roadblock now is actually drawing it correctly in many different perspectives, right? But now that I understand that it's just cut off this way and cut off this way, and it's the last quarter. This is the last quarter. That's what I'm going to make the proportion as, right? This is 2/3, because if we do 1, 2, 3, look at that, we're at the top. That conveniently works out, right? And then the rest, like this can just be the fucking jaw or whatever. Like this can just be, if we make that the forehead, right? Because this is this shape. Ooh, that makes perfect sense. And then we do this, 2, 3. This is the perspective. It's going like that. This is the edge, right? Make it like right there. Make this come here. And then bam. Right. Ta-da. There you go. Rumus head. Just fucking draw it. There you go. Look at that. That already looks slightly better. I get it now. Okay. Antonio, you have done a great job in making me work to find the answer. So for that, I appreciate you. I'm not saying his teaching methods weren't good. I actually really appreciate the fact that he mentioned that as thing. But I think he has a tendency to not perfectly follow the perspective. Because he's internalized it, he can make it look believable. For him, it's just like a casual demonstration. But for me, every little slight thing that's off in his demonstration can seem as if it's intentional, right? And that's how it's supposed to be. So, and I don't know, fucking this shit got smudged, but I think that's a valid criticism. Is the fact that perhaps it wasn't explained to. I mean, I am a student after all. Even if I'm a student cataloging my process, I think it's necessary for me to be able to perhaps explain why or what parts of it seemed not too clear. I'd say about 90% of it was pretty clear, but you also have to think about the 10%, Antonio, Mr. Artwad. You have to think about the 10% of dumbasses who don't understand, who literally don't understand. Look at this shit, bro. You made me go through 2 hours of effort just to come on the same conclusion that you have. But okay, let's just try different perspectives now. So let's do the one this way, face. Let's just make the face this way, right? So it's like that. So. There you go. Oh my god, that's so much easier now. Holy shit. Yep, there it is, guys. That's the back of the head. Because this is the front of the head, or the top. If you look at that, it all makes sense now. It all makes fucking sense. And this is, yeah, there it is. You see? You see? Holy shit, I did it. I fucking did it. And then this is obviously the cross section, right? It's not perfect, but the fact is I was able to do that from imagination, which I'm actually impressed by myself of. But there you go. Okay, now somehow it's been 42 minutes, so okay, let me fuck it. I just want to fill this area up and then move to the job. Maybe I'll just make today a longer video, i.e. a longer drawing session, right? I have work tomorrow, but do I really give a shit? Not really. I do the job, everything's fine, right? What the fuck does it matter to me? This is my true calling. And I will still get my 8 hours of sleep. I'm just gonna fast tomorrow so I can just finish all the work without having to take any food breaks. I think it should be fine. Yeah, I'm enjoying this way too much. Fuck, man. Every time I do these videos, I'm just reminded how much I love learning art and being able to think out loud. Like, look at the conclusion I've come to. Like, there was a lot of difficulty in these, as you saw, right? Like, this is fucked up. Like, there's all these issues here, but all it took was a realization roughly around here. And in here, like this was really important to be like, oh shit, that's what it is. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I think I'll be able to follow that with the jaw as well. This is going to be my last portrait day for probably a month, right? Because I think yesterday I noted down all the... I mean, no, it is not going to be for a month. I fucking keep forgetting. I added a lot of figure in between my drawing sessions because like I want to really focus on this. So that's good. That's good. Okay, I mean, I guess no rush then, right? I can always come back to this. Maybe we can just focus on whatever I get through today. But okay, let's do it again. What's another fucked up angle? Well, now we know, right? If let's say the head's coming like this is literally the angle for the head, right? So that means the sphere or the top of the head's like that. That means I can do something like this, that, and then okay, because like that's the top of the head. Oh, okay, I know. It's kind of like that. So then this. I need to hold my pen farther away. I'm not practicing the art of Jungi. Something like that? Right? Because if this is the fucking head. If the head's like this. Then this is contouring down this way. It's contouring down this way. I think that's a bit inaccurate. I mean, it's okay, to be honest, right? Because then you still have the jaw coming in through here. That's another thing. The fucking jaw is essentially like this, right? But then it's tapering in like that, going here, and then it's tapering in again like this, and then this is basically coming in like that. And this is where a center line lies, like this, something like that. Yeah, that's basically the face. Actually, no, I fucked up because it's going in that way. Whatever. Let's do it again. I get. God, man, it is hard being stupid, but there is merit in being resilient. So, in doing your best, right? So let's try that angle again, but like from a different side, right? So let's say this is the head, and it's going like that. The head's like this. So we can that. This is the head. So it's like that. This is the head, right? This is the sphere. So, okay, I have gotten this contour, this one, it's like that. But this is the bottom. So, oh, okay, so I need to do, yeah, it's like this. Yeah, then we need to get something like this going. Something like that. That's very off. But something like this. Fuck. The lines need work, like the actual angles themselves. Let's do the exact same thing again. But okay, if this is the head, right, let's just say this is the head. It's coming like that. Then what I need, first I need to draw this. Then I can start going. Go like that, something like that. There you go. But this is also like, it's like that, right? It needs to, nope, that's inaccurate too. Okay, let's try again here. I will get this angle down. So the head's like this, right? This is, I'm drawing it very lightly and loosely. Like I don't want anybody to understand this except me. But all you need to know is that the face is going this way. As in the face plane itself is facing upwards like this and is jutting out this way. Like imagine this is the face plane. It's like this. Right? These are the eyes. Imagine that's here. So that's what I'm thinking of. So the top of the head's a cylinder like this, or a sphere, half a sphere like that. And then this would be like that. There you go. That's better. I know this line was a bit wonky, but that is a lot better. Because now you see, if we have the entire sphere, right, it's like that. Although again, I do need to make sure that this is half. It doesn't, or not, sorry, a quarter. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I think that's still important. Okay, I guess let me flip this again. Because drawing it like fucking like this is actually, fuck it, might as well. Let's make it more difficult for ourselves, why don't we? Okay, what other angle can we make the head in? Okay, why don't we make the head upside down? So this will be like it's a half. It's what's an example that I can point to? This, but upside down, which is not helpful at all. But that, right? So okay, so it's like this. It's like that. There you go, something like that. Okay, let me flip it here. You can still see it, cool. Let me try that again. So if it's, oh, well, you know, might as well do an underdrawing. No, there's no shame in doing an underdrawing. So if it's the head's like this, right? Half a sphere, half a sphere, yeah. And let's say the face is here, so this would be like. Oh wait, no, this would be like this. And then like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And then of course you have the fucking jaw. But the jaw there. Okay, cool. I think that helped me internalize a lot. I'm sure this all looks like random scribbles to the fucking few people watching this, but it was really beneficial for me. And I hope for those of you who are still along the learning journey with me, whether you're a bit behind or on the same level, I hope at the very least maybe this helped you look at it in a slightly different way, right? In terms of the Loomis head. Loomis head is difficult because these are manipulated shapes in different perspectives. But I think the more I practice these manipulated shapes in perspective, the better it's gonna get for me, right? These are basically just subtractions if we're gonna think about it. Like if I were to think about like it's like a full sphere, right? But then you're just, as Antonio had even said, you're just subtracting this, and then you're just subtracting. You're literally just doing this, you know. And then this one just happens to cut across. It happens to cut across like this as well, right? So it's more like this, and this cuts across this way as well. Because you're still finishing the contour. That's basically it. No, that's basically the bottom half. I mean, my struggle is the fact that I keep turning this into a half. Sorry, I even said bottom half, right? I'm not gonna apologize, die. But I even said half, but it's the bottom quarter. So, if anything, I just need to get used to internalizing that. Is it not the bottom half? He said it's a quarter sphere, but no, it is. It is. I'm gonna make it the fucking, because like this is the top, like this, and this is like that. Although I'm pretty sure in his example that he did, it's half, and then somehow this is like a quarter. That makes less sense to me. I'm gonna make it. This is 2/3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So like it's actually like down here. But yeah, that's what I need to internalize. So what does that look like? Well, we will practice that for next time. But now, I think I've gotten really, really far ahead in terms of, because once you get this shape down, well, let's do the jaw, right? I think the jaw is actually pretty fucking simple, because the jaw is just what's left, along with it being a plane. So like the jaw just curves like so, right? This is the plane that it's contained in, like this. So we just do like 1, 2. We find the middle point. The middle point's right there. We bring it down. We evenly space it out. And then we just do this. Right? That's how we find this. And that's how we get this. And then the fucking this right here. This is right here. So let's just say it's like this. Right? Okay. So this is at an angle, more of an angle. So you literally just bring it up like so. Ta-da! And then this is the side plane, which you're just emphasizing. And I guess we're cutting this in half as well, right? This is also essentially the other half. Oh, this is basically the other half of the ellipse. Yeah, we can do that as well. So if it's like, if this is the ellipse, this is where the jaw, like this is where the back half is. Yeah, this is literally, well, that was kind of off center, but this is the back half. This is supposed to be even. Let's just make it fucking super thick so it kind of looks even. Yeah, let's just, there you go. That fucking ruined everything, but whatever. This is the back, i.e. this, right? And then this is the front, i.e. this. So like if we got something like that, it's like this. Something like that. Right, that's basically the jaw shape, no? It's this. It's fucking. Oh god, I keep fucking pain. Everybody saw that too. This is. Pick that shit up, boy. Okay. But it's this. Listen, I know the perspective's a bit off. Like, I'm well aware. And I think this is the jaw shape, this right here. And I noticed that Antonio actually added the cylinder contour as well. So let's do it again. But now let's do it from the back view so we have an even better understanding. Right, so here we have the full sphere. Even though it's not perfect. Okay. And if this, let's just say this. Nah, fuck me. Nah, whatever. Let's just say this is the fucking back. Right. And then this is the jaw. Right here. This is the jaw. The jaw is like this. The jaw is also following this contour. But where things change is that, there you go, right? It's like this. Literally like that. Right? And then it would be like this on the opposite side. And then it'd be coming here. Something like that. I think that makes a lot of sense. TBH fam. And Antonio even said, like, it's even simplified even further. You can literally just put a fucking sphere for the head. And then just put a fucking form wrap around for the jaw like that. Right? Find the center line. And there you go. You have an eye there, you have an eye there. I think that also makes it, you know, you have a fucking nose here. I guess it would have been a bit longer, and then you got a little mouth there. But personally for me, although that is so much easier to understand, the fucker inside of me who wants to make it more difficult would rather prefer to struggle through all of this than to do that. Because it's like an ego thing. It's like, if I do this, then I'm a fucking pussy. You know, because I understand that. I don't want to do something I understand immediately. I want to do something that I fucking struggle to understand, right? So that's still recording nice. So that's what it's like for me. Also, please do let me know, the fucking 0 viewers left, how the lighting is, right? Honestly, for my camera and like even when I'm editing it, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks nice, clean, right? I know my desk is pretty clean looking, so it looks pretty good. But right now I have my my basement. I live in the basement, so the lights are at the lowest, right? They're the dimmest, and then this ring light is at the brightest, and it's at a warm, I think warm undertone. That's what they call it, right? That's the light that's being used. So it complements the desk very well, but it obviously is much brighter when the lights are, when my overall basement lights are brighter too. But I like this. This is comfortable for me. I can draw like this. My eyes aren't straining, but if it's too dim, obviously, whatever viewers exist, I would like them to also have a comfortable viewing experience. Okay, let's try drawing the shape again. Let's just make it simple again, right? So it's literally just this. And this is also the quarter half, I guess we could say, right? So it's literally like this. And this is like the little bit that's left, like that, right? Of the ellipse, because otherwise it would be like this, right? This is literally the back end. That's the shape. But where this differs is, you have to, okay, let me draw the let me draw the box. Explain it to me, I explain it to you. So this is the box, it's going like that, right? Let's just say, like, for the jaw, this is the box that it's contained in. It's like this. Now if we're just gonna do two rough measurements, this is where it ends, right? Now how I'm dictating the angle is that first Antonio just said it's like a rough 45 degrees angle, so that just means I can just do this, right? Like go like roughly that way. But how do I determine the center? Well, I just determine the center right here. I follow the perspective, I go down, and then I just make it wide enough, like equal spaces on both sides of that center dot. That is how I am understanding it. That isn't how I believe maybe like they want you to understand it, but you know, okay, like well I fucked up this ellipse, so it's gonna be a bit off, but and then you know it's just at an angle, so then you just do this, right? And you just go like something like that, right? That's the shape, no? But let me do it with a better ellipse, or like the cutout. Because if we just do half, if we do, let's say we do fucking, you know what? Let me break it down even more. The better I explain it for myself, the better I explain it to you. So this is the box we'll use to represent one plane of the sphere, right? If this is the sphere, this is the top half, right? Like this right here, this is the top half going. Then let's just say it's facing this way, right? So it's facing this way. So it's like this. I literally just follow this. There you go. Right? Now again, I mentioned that I'm still putting everything in a fucking box. And if we just measure, let's just say, because this is like the bottom quarter, right? So let's just say this is like the end of the sphere. But that's if that's 1/4, we're gonna 1, 3. Like this is the top. So this would have been the forehead roughly. Then 1, 2, 3. Let's just say like it's roughly down here. So it's like down here roughly. Right? Again, how do we find the center? Well, we just have to do the cross section. It comes down roughly here. So it's like that. Right? I go to that point and I just make it even on both sides. And now this is cutting across like so. Then this one is just the end of this sphere, right? So it's literally like this. And then we just need a 45 degrees angle. So we just do this. Right. This follows that. That's the plane. And this is all just one plane. You see? I think that makes pretty good sense. Because this is still straight. This is still a flat face for the purposes of the Loomis head. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense actually. Cool, let me take a little bit of a mental break and then I can just fill up the rest here to keep practicing. And then when I come back at this a few weeks from now, a couple weeks, however long it takes, right? I like doing 3 to 4 days straight of just practicing one thing. It keeps me interested. It allows me to really keep thinking and trying, but then I can feel myself sort of reaching the limit of my, I guess almost interest. Not interest in the sense that I don't care about doing this anymore, but my interest in terms of really just practicing this one thing, right? I think 3 to 4 days seems to be my general limit. And then now, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing hands, the hand mitten, the Artwad hand mitten, pioneered by Antonio, based off the backs of other giants. But to be honest, I think he's one of the few who's popularized the simplicity of something like the hand mitten, you know? I guess I can just explain what that is. That would make it easier for me too. But literally, the hand is like a fucking bunch of shit going on, right? Like and then you got like a bunch of shit here. Oh my god, it's so difficult. Now moving parts, right? Even the one with simple shapes like that is a bunch of boxes and shit, and a bunch of different boxes and manipulated boxes. So Antonio says, "Fuck that!" Before you can even get to that level, where it's a bunch of manipulated or just simplified shapes like boxes and cylinders for each joint, right? Like box, box, box. Fucking probably like some people do spheres here, I assume, you know, box, manipulated box. But he's like, before you do any of that, literally just break it into 3 sections, right? You got this shit, which is the palm. You got a fucking manipulated shit right here, which is the fucking, what does he do? Like he does like this or something for the thumb, right? And then you got the fingers, which have a specific curve like that. That's what he says. And he's like, practice that shit, you piece of fucking garbage. And you do this enough times, obviously, if you intuit this, it will be easier to move to the next step, which is obviously all of this shit, like every fucking goddamn finger being a goddamn box, right? And like maybe this being even more manipulated in terms of how organic it is. So yeah, makes sense to me, and I'm gonna be reviewing the material tomorrow and starting that. That's what I love about Artwad is the fact that even though he promotes, hey, follow it this particular way, this roadmap, right? It is very convenient to pick up pieces, your weaknesses, right? All of my art is weakness, so for me, it's great as a beginner just to be like, all right, fuck, I'm just gonna learn everything, you know. But even if you're more intermediate, you can just look at, be like, okay, my drapery isn't that good. Would you look at that? They have an entire course on drapery. Um, it is really good, to be honest, right? I'm 100% being paid to say this, right? And it's not paid through currency. I'm being paid through my life. They're holding me at gunpoint, forcing me to say these words. I'm actually reading off a fucking what are they called again? The fucking the shit that newscasters use, the TV, that shit. Yes, that's actually part of my script. That long pause and me thinking about the joke. That was also what they're forcing me to say at gunpoint. But no, I mean, dude, I'm gonna fucking chill for them no matter what. They're so good. I genuinely think they're the best art program out there. And if you want me to be more specific, they're the best art program out there to refine, excel, and possibly even master the fundamentals of spatial reasoning. Right? You cannot go wrong with that skill in art. You just can't. It is literally impossible to be amazing at spatial reasoning and to be a mediocre artist, right? In terms of technical ability, sure, maybe you're a mediocre artist because your spatial reasoning is fucking amazing and you can create a bunch of designs, but all your designs are ass and there's no dynamism or gesture, right? Maybe that can be a definition of mediocrity. But if we're just talking about technical proficiency, this is literally it. This right here, and clean lines, obviously clean lines, gesture, weight, blah blah blah, right? That's part of it, obviously, but the backbone is if you can make something look believable, it's very difficult to be called mediocre by the average person's standards, and even by someone who's a good artist. At the very least, they would be able to appreciate that. Wow, like they are very, very good in terms of manipulating shapes and understanding form. Right? That I don't think there's any other program out there apart from Artwad. And Antonio noted this, which is why he made Artwad, because he fucking noticed this. Right? And I noticed this, and I was begging, I was hoping that something better than Drawbox would come along, because fucking Reddit's always jizzing over Drawbox. And I'm like, bruh, it's good, but like even back then, I'm like, something is missing. This isn't teaching it in a way that is engaging, you know. And I had a feeling, I'm like, this doesn't have to be like this. This doesn't have to be dry, right? And the onus doesn't have to be on the student to make it interesting. At least not in the way where, how can I explain this? The onus doesn't have to be on the student to make it interesting. At least not when it comes to the application of the material taught, right? Maybe that is, I mean, you can feel free to disagree on that, but I feel as if in the age of information, something like Artwad should have existed long ago. Something like Artwad technically has existed for a very long time through Loomis books, through Perspective books, through Scott Robertson books, right, through Michael Hampton books. But in the clean package and the extremely easy to understand format that it provides itself in, I think it's unrivaled. So yeah, Artwad, please, affiliate, sponsorship, marketing. What are you saying, boys? What you saying, fucking pieces of shit? I just spent 3 minutes jizzing over your goddamn program. Give me money. Oh, it's already been a minute and 10. Okay, let me just finish this up. But you know, take my time. But let's just. So it's a quarter, right? It's the last. Does not affect it. So this is literally not affected. So it's like that. But this is. This is just the last quarter, like that. Yeah, like that. And then that's the center, right? This is the edge, because it's like that. Come down here. Let's just do 1, 2, go like that. This is the fucking, so it's right here roughly. There you go. Would you look at that? I genuinely thought doing this shape would be so difficult in the long term. But hey, okay, let's try from the back now. Let's hit it from the back now. Yeah. Hmm. That's incorrect. But I was trying. Okay. It's like that. Right. This is coming down this way. It's coming down that way. The fuck? It's like this, no? Okay. That or some shit? I don't fucking know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's try that again. This time, let's literally put the giant ass sphere here. Let's actually focus on making the lines good for once. Jesus Christ, that's another thing I noticed, man. My lines seem to suffer a lot. It's like my brain can only focus on one thing at a time. But I do hope, at the very least, this is informative, right? So this is the bottom half. So why don't we just do this? Like that, right? It's not gonna be perfect, actually, but whatever. Oh, okay. So it's like this, and then it's like that. I mean, it's kind of like either way. There you go. Like that. I guess that's the shape from the back, something like this. What the fuck is like this? And like that. Like that. Right. But then I guess it's like fucking that. Yeah, I think that is it, actually. I mean, look, like this is inaccurate, obviously. We can note that down right now, right? Off perspective. But I think it literally is this, because at the end of the day, it is attaching here, and this is going to be at a more extreme angle, even though it's attaching to the exact same spot, right? There you go. There you go. Yep, that's the box. There it is. That makes complete sense to me. It's basically like this. This is the box. Oh, I see now. This is the box it's contained in. Like this. You know? Like that. Something like it's some fucking manipulated shape, whatever. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I know there's space here, but I feel as if I have worked my brain a decent amount. I feel as if I've come to a lot of good conclusions regarding like breaking up these shapes. And again, that's something to note as well, is the fact that Antonio puts it down on paper and he's like, think about this, right? And I like the roadmap program because they're like, hey, do it, right? But and maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault that I haven't actually applied it over a legitimate head, so I wasn't able to see it. Therefore, I have to think harder in terms of the form. I don't mind this because it's forcing me to think harder of the form. The more I can do this from imagination, the easier I can apply it to life, right? Because if I can do it from imagination with slight inconsistencies, then when I apply it to references or I do drawovers, uh, it will simply be able to emulate that and be refined through that actual reference much more. At least that's my belief. So I don't mind. I'm really glad that I went through this path and that this was actually, like, yesterday, as you all know, was a fucking struggle and I was dying. But today I genuinely feel as if really good breakthroughs happened. So I'm very happy. Right? I don't have anything snarky to say. I'm just I'm just fucking happy as shit as to how the progress has been going. So yeah. But no, what I was just saying is the fact that, okay, let me try slowing down my speech. But what I was just saying was that Yeah, like Antonio and any proficient artist, especially when they explain form, even though I know the entire purpose or a huge part of art what is explaining spatial reasoning and manipulating shapes, right? Even in this portrait section, when he's explaining it, I still have to go through my trial and error to understand it because they have intuited it, internalized it, whatever the fuck, to such a degree that it seems obvious to them. And the funny thing is, Antonio's art wall, they made a short about this, of Antonio being like, a lot of artists can't actually explain why they can draw the way they can, or like how they draw the way they can, because they've internalized it to such a degree that it simply makes sense, right? They're not thinking about the contour lines or the shapes. I am, and I honestly plan to do that forever, whether and as it gets more complex, or maybe I won't be thinking about this specifically to the degree that I am now, like these lines, but I'm sure whatever my version of this 5 years from now for a much more complicated shape, I still really always want to think about the perspective. I personally think, in my humble beginner opinion, that that as long as I'm thinking about the perspective, I can't go wrong with making it believable. Like that I just can't go wrong. I don't ever want to internalize it to the degree where I can't explain it. I want to be like Kim Jong-il. I don't care if I'm like, my goal is literally, I kind of joke to myself, it's the knockoff Kim Jong-il, right? And I've watched religiously so many of his interviews, his drawings, all that shit. And what always stuck with me is that he says he's always thinking, and he says that he's always thinking about the grid. He's always thinking about the box. I know I've repeated myself about this before. I'm very passionate about this, so like, I'm not gonna fucking stop talking about it. But I find it funny that even someone as self-aware as Antonio still falls prey to when he's explaining something. At least maybe in this portrait roadmap, it's inferred that hey, like, you have a really really strong understanding of spatial reasoning. I think mine is decently strong. It's definitely getting there, but it's funny how personally for me, if I was to make something for beginners, I would preface everything I did, like I have been doing, as like, this is hard, this is difficult. He does do that too, but I feel as if he gave an example of why it's hard or difficult, right? Because he says it, but saying it and then being like, it's because you have to think about this and think about this. If he really really broke it down to stupid basic levels, I feel as if it would make it easier for people like me. But at the same time, I'm actually glad he didn't, because if he really broke it down, there goes all any effort that I would have to do on my part, right? I personally have to be smart, or aware, or curious enough to go further and understand, right? Like, this was fucking, I hope the page doesn't get messed. But this was really confusing to me, and now I have spent just 2 hours yesterday, today, and now I've broken it down to a degree that I think is very explainable and understandable, and hopefully to the audience it makes sense as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm still going through it, but to be honest, I'm pretty happy. Like, I feel as if this makes a lot more sense. Like this, what else is there? Like that, like these are all like that. That shit's making a lot more sense now. Which one was the last one I did? This one, right? Yeah, like that shit's making a lot of sense now. Finally, holy shit. But yeah, on that note, I'm done for the day. Fucking, I hope the Chainsaw Man music was enough to hold you over with fucking my ear splitting voice. Yeah, please just keep me on in the background. I need money. I mean, as always, fuck, what the fuck was my outro? One day I'm gonna remember my outro. Oh, as always, please keep drawing and goodbye.